Good evening. It's your girl, Claudia Jordan. We're back. The whole crew is back with TGIF. We're here to spill the tea and break down the biggest headlines in the news and on social media. So sit back, relax, and get ready for this hot tea. What's up, Al? And what's up, Funky? Hello.
What's going on, everybody? I'm back, bitches.
What were you doing? What were you doing?
I was just on a retreat celebrating being young and supple and being the youngest thing on this cast. That's what I was doing.
Aren't you in the 40-year-old club now?
Yes, I am in the 40 club. I turned 40, guys, over the weekend, August 20th, Sunday. Soulmates and my FOXSOUL family, thank you guys so much for the love, the well wishes, the cash apps that y'all sent. I definitely appreciate it. Yes, I did wake up Sunday morning, internet panhandling. And for those of y'all who did not send y'all $40 donation to feed the children, it's hashtag money sign Quentin Latham, QUENTIN LATHAM. I am gladly accepting $40 donations.
And where's the $40 going?
To feed the children. It's a charity foundation.
Claudia, really? You were in LA. You were in LA this weekend.
I was. I came out to LA. My girl Annie Alonzo, one of my besties, she had her birthday on Saturday night, and she also had a screening of her new movie with Carrie Hilson called Ruined. That movie is good. It's like another kind of Fatal Attraction type of movie, but with Black women. And they did. Carrie Hilson, who knew, plays crazy, so good, and Annie is always on point. Like, she's so good. So that was super dope to see that. And then we had to try to escape before the hurricane, and then we also went by Jason Lee's birthday as well. So we had a fun-filled weekend. Saw Cynthia. I know you was trying to get back out, so yeah. I'm sure we'll all be in the same city soon to party. But it was fun. It was fun.
Oh, nice.
All right, Cavalisa says, "Happy birthday, Q! Welcome to the 40 Club."
Thank you.
And Cherry Hunt said, "You old now, baby."
You can't be using that young and supple anymore.
Oh, child, just as long as y'all almost 60, I will continue to use young and supple.
All right, before we start the show, we of course like take time to wish Funky a happy 40th birthday. All right, is there anything you want to say? Let's go to you first, Al.
What is there to say to him? I mean, that I haven't said before. Happy birthday, Funky. Welcome to the big 40. You thought what came to your mind come out your mouth earlier. Wait till now. I mean, literally it gets worse. I just want to thank you, though, for the opportunity to work with you these past 3 years. It's been phenomenal. You've taught me so much. I promise you, brother, I'll cherish you from now until the end. Thank you, and happy birthday.
Thank you, Al. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. So it's been a pleasure working with you and having fun and getting to know each other better. And you are a joy. You're hilarious. You're an asshole too, but I love you. Listen, I got to keep it a buck, but I would not want to exchange jabs and shady ass things with anyone else besides you. It's so fun, and I love that. It don't like it. It's
not personal.
It's not like it is. It's very fun.
I appreciate it. Thank you guys both. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay. Well, what we drinking tonight, or what we doing?
No, at 40, your better self has to be fully unlocked. So I'm unlocked. I don't do that anymore. Okay.
Oh, geez.
I'm classy. I'm pulled up. Okay. I don't drink at work. Okay.
You know what Funky's like? Like in the 80s and 90s when like our favorites we find out later on that they were freebasing.
Right, exactly.
But then they go get saved, and now they're like, oh, I don't do that. Look down their noses like at people. That's what Funky is. But it's like every few days he goes back.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Oh,
all right. Let's get into the show. We have a whole bunch to get into. It seems like reality star Falynn Pina has officially moved on from her ex-boyfriend, Jalen Banks. Falynn recently posted an image with singer Pleasure P and added the caption, #Galaxy with the heart emoji. Are you guys here for this new alleged couple? I kind of thought it was a music video. I'm hoping it is. Al, what do you think? Oh, Al's frozen.
Well, you know what, Claudia? I think the only thing that she gonna be in a relationship with is the damn credit bureau, okay? Because if she keeps shopping at Walmart for these men, she gonna stay broke. She went from big money Simon to the little boy that looked like he was college age to Pleasure P. Now, no shade to Pleasure P, because that's my Miami homie or whatever the case, but Pleasure P is nowhere near Simon. What was his name? Biaguardia, Gabadia. Pleasure P is nowhere near Simon G. Guaguardia, okay? Pleasure P is nowhere near Simon G. And it's funny because, like Patti LaBelle always said, you're only as good as your last performance. When it comes to your desirability on the market, you only as good as your last man, all right? You went from Simon, then you went to Jalen. So I guess Pleasure P is an upgrade from Jalen, but it's like, girl, you playing down in the trenches now. What you think, Claudia?
When I saw this, I was like, I actually want to give her a call and see if it's real, because they both put #Galaxy. So I'm thinking maybe it's for a single, maybe it's for a song, maybe it's for a music video, and they're playing the game with us, because that would make sense.
Okay.
You know, I don't think that she's with Pleasure P. I actually heard she's with a football player, an athlete.
Okay.
Actually very wealthy and good looking.
But so, stay there then, girl.
I like Falynn, and if I'm in her close circle, I'm not in her close circle, but I would, I think she's with my agent. She got with my agent. She's getting like Fenty campaigns and stuff like that. If she plays this right, she can come out of this looking good. But they're going to judge you by who you pick. You know what I mean? They're going to judge you by who you pick. I think she's a hopeless romantic. That's what my heart is, to make some of these moves, is what I think. And I think she falls in love easily. That's what I think. But I'm thinking it's for a video. Soulmates, do you think it's for a video, or do you think this is real?
I would have liked Claudia. I don't know the ins and outs and the details surrounding her not being on the show. I would have loved to have seen her stick around. And especially considering the fact, and I know this is so wrong what I'm about to say, especially considering the fact that Portia chose to exit. Man, if I was Falynn, I'd have stayed on that show and been dogging it. I'd have been dogging her ass out left and right. I just would have. It just would have been a great way to kickstart having your own money, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm.
T Tish TV said, let's not act like Simon is a prize now, y'all. Come on.
Simon, listen, hold on. While I got you on the line, I don't know if y'all seen the latest post either Simon or Portia put up. When it comes to financially and on paper, Simon is a prize. On paper, Simon is a prize. Simon is in the top 1% of what everybody wants out of a mate on paper. When it comes to physicality, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Listen, Simon is clean, all right? He clean. By traditional standards, is he like drop dead gorgeous? Is he Tyson Beckford or Shamar Moore? Absolutely not. But there is something attractive about Simon. He rich. Okay, he clean, he rich,
is he?
He clean, and I'm gonna say it one more time for the dumb hoes in the back. He rich and he clean. That's all that matters. Because how many of y'all laying up with somebody fine right now, eating up y'all kids' food while y'all listening to us?
Every time I speak on these things that I hear, know of, I get dragged, and deemed a hater because of my history of being on the show. And then 5 years later, when what I say is true, the apology is never as loud. So I'm going to say, you're right, Funky. I'm going to say you're right. He rich. Nashayla Williams says, Portia has transformed Simon into supple old. I will say this, Portia, to your credit, you've definitely, you could tell when you got a woman that is like really trying to like clean you up, and you got his teeth and the skin. I love to see that. And he is looking better than when she first got with him. And it is not just about looks. I don't want it to come across like it, because it's not. And the older you get, it shouldn't be. It should not be. It should be about attraction to your brand and what you got going on, the whole package. But yeah, she definitely got him looking a lot better for sure. Okay, Al is back. Al, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
We've traded Wi-Fi situation.
I'm hoping mine is only because of this hurricane situation. But it was been acting up all morning in all my meetings. So I apologize, soulmates. But it may drop again, but I'll get back on as soon as I can.
Okay, so let's get into this next story. Well-known cheater and narcissistic YouTuber Derrick Jaxn appeared on a recent episode of the Dear Future Wifey podcast and discussed what led to the infidelity in his relationship with his ex-wife, Dania Jaxn. Derrick expressed that he felt cold and rejected by Dania, here we go, when they were facing their issues, which created distance between the former couple. He was also on there talking about how she treated her daughters differently depending on the skin color, the whole light skin, dark skin thing. What are your thoughts on Derrick's response? And do you think he's holding himself accountable? Al, let's get your thoughts on this.
Absolutely, he's not holding himself accountable. He is explaining why he cheated. He's not explaining why he frauded everybody that followed him and listened to him. Listen, we know from listening to the two of them before this cheating situation that they met at 19 years old in college, and she was sexually abused at that time. So he knew she had a history of being sexually abused, but he wasn't honest with her about his sexual preference if he's going to use this as an excuse for the demise of his marriage. They have known each other for 15 years. They've been married for 4 years. And so all of a sudden, recently, you're cheating because you are aggressive intimately. No, brother, something in the milk ain't clean. I'm not buying it. And I don't need you to talk about why your relationship ended. I need you to talk about why you lied to us and pretended to be something that you were not.
If he's known her that long and then recently started cheating, it is giving, I wasn't famous on social media then, and I became famous, and now I have all these options, and I think I'm too good to give you the same loyalty that I had given you when I was broke. Hugh, what do you think about this?
You know, Claudia, you are absolutely right. Like you took a large part of my sentiments. And listen, guys, I'm going to be very transparent and very honest here as people and as evolved human beings. There are instances where we come from a small town, and we come from a small place, and we get with our high school sweetheart or so on and so forth. And then, you know, something magical happens and we're thrust into a new world, and we have, you know, new possibilities, and your life becomes reimagined, and you don't want that person anymore. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is okay. That is okay. What's not okay is for you to fuck over the person. That's not okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying, you know what, baby, I've evolved and I'm not the same person that I used to be, and I'm not really attracted to you anymore, or, you know, or just keeping it real. I have other options that weren't there available, and I've reimagined my life, and you don't fit the new me. That's why I always tell people it's very important for you to evolve with your mate. You be a damn fool to be sitting around being Susie Homemaker and a motherfucker out here getting famous, and you ain't trying to evolve at the same point, because it's just human nature for somebody to not want your ass if they deem that they're in a different space than you. But what I don't like is him not being truthful about the cheating thing. It's never anybody else's fault why you cheat. Either you're a cheater or you're not. Either you believe in the sanctity of marriage and you believe in being loyal to a person or not. I'm the type of person, before I cheat on you, I'm going to tell you I'm finna do it. And then you could either stay or leave. You know what I'm saying? But I respect that. Listen, this ain't really working for me. This is kind of what I'm feeling. And there's a high probability that this might happen. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am.
Well, I wish there were more people like that. They're all saying in the chat that he'd been cheating on her. But you know what? I guess it's different. I'm not making excuses for him at all. At all. Let me say that. If he's been cheating on her from the beginning, she probably could deal with it a little bit more before they were known, because once it's like you're a known couple, it's way more embarrassing. She probably was okay dealing with it when it's just her friends and her small circle. But when it's like public like that, now it's a bigger deal. It's a bigger embarrassment, right? That's probably why we started hearing more about it. Amber's World said he was unfaithful from the very beginning. And NYC2 for me said, people change once they realize they have a lot more options, and that goes for men.
Yes, they do. And they do. And to that point, because I know I'm probably going to catch a lot of flack for that, but I just want y'all to be honest about that situation. You know what I'm saying? You the small town guy from whatever small town girl from Mississippi, then all of a sudden you land a modeling contract. You ain't gonna want them little dusty Negroes that you grew up with in Chattahoochee, Tennessee, or whatever. You're not. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that's what they experienced.
He should have just stayed out of the relationship advice business. I don't know why these cheaters keep doing this. Like, why? Coming up next, we're taking a trip to the swamps of Florida and later find out why an NFL player filed a restraining order. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. Shout out to all the soulmates in the chat. Well, we have under 700 likes, so please fix that. All right, y'all. Well, the good, bad, ugly, or just plain dumb, the tea is always overflowing with crazy news stories out of the state of Florida. And that's why we're giving you the 411 in What the Florida. Miami Seaquarium's famous orca, Toki, has gone to glory after spending 5 decades in captivity. Now, according to the Seaquarium, Toki started to exhibiting serious signs of discomfort over 2 days and tragically passed away. Funky, what are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is y'all bitches couldn't let the month of August go out before bringing back this damn segment. Just had no respect for my brother whatsoever. Guys, this story is very sentimental for me because if you're in my age bracket, this young and supple age bracket, you grew up going to the Miami Seaquarium, and her stage name is Lolita. I've seen Lolita the Killer Whale perform several times. Every elementary school summer camp field trip was to the Miami Seaquarium. So this is really sad for Miami. It's worth mentioning that, guys, Lolita was just about to be released into a whale sanctuary area out in the ocean. And I was just talking to a friend the other day. As a kid, you don't really realize how jacked up it is having these whales and dolphins in these things, right? Because they have the whole ocean as their habitat. Imagine the whole ocean being your habitat, being able to swim from here to Alaska and then been stuck in that pool. The only reason why I find a little bit of solace in her passing is that she's been in captivity for 50 plus years. And I looked up the life expectancy of an orca, and she was near the age where they die naturally anyway. But this is messed up that she had to live all of her life in captivity, most of it. And we Miamians that grew up on Lolita find this very sad.
Sonny Clark said dolphins and whales shouldn't be in captivity, and maybe they can make it where they have a, roll them out like, okay, you did 2 years and go back to the ocean. I don't know, but I hate that 50 years in captivity.
Yeah,
think about this.
Well, Claudia, that is what they started in 2016. The SeaWorld Aquarium said they're ending their breeding program, which is why they kept them in captivity and, did performances or whatever. This particular orca, which is so interesting to me, was caught off the coast of Washington State, and they were going to release her back, and they were believing that she would find her mother, which is around 90 years old. So I was really excited to follow this story. I followed this story before we covered it. I was really excited about it, but it's something in me is telling me that orca didn't want to go back. That orca did not want to go back in the wild. I think that orca had adapted to its captivity. And right before it was to be released, all that stress and trauma that would have been placed on this orca to find its way, in the open oceans, maybe was too much. And they were like, you know what? I'll just end it here before I go out there and something drastic happens.
You think the whale knew? You think the whale was like, oh, they're about to let me go? I'm about to just take myself out?
Listen, let me tell you something. My mother, in her last days, has always said she never wanted to go to a nursing home. Never wanted to go to a nursing home. That was her biggest fear, was to go to a nursing home. And so when she was incapacitated in her last days, we couldn't keep her in the hospital for hospice. We had to take her to a long-term care facility, which was the nursing home. When I tell you that an hour before the transporters came, my mother clocked out. And we feel like it was her. And she was like, I'm not going to that nursing home that we get all those bad stories about. She was like, not me. She clocked out. And it was so funny because the transporters were an hour late. And she clocked out between the time that they were supposed to be there and the time they actually got there. So I'm just thinking maybe.
It's that they're like, oh, we was just about to release her. And then she died. All right. A Florida woman has been arrested for allegedly spiking a man's drink with Raid road spray after the pair met at a local bar. Now, Veronica Klein is facing a poisoning food or drink charge, and she's currently being held without bond. What are your thoughts on this sick news? I'm going to go back to you and then go to Funky.
Listen, it was super sick because she told him before he drank the drink that she put bug spray in it. I'm like, okay, so were they both wasted? I mean, what is going on? Why would you invite a man back to your place only to try to kill him with bug spray or poison him? I just didn't get this whole story. If you didn't want to do the hanky-panky with them, just don't invite him back. Well, you didn't have to poison the man. Now you got a first-degree felony, and that's punishable up to 5 years just because you didn't want to do the nasty with them after you got them home.
All right, go ahead, Funky.
I'm just laughing because I can't even defend this because putting road spray and stuff is a very Florida thing. When I was
What?
It is, bitch. It
Why?
is.
I have never heard that.
I child, the girls love putting roach spray. When I was in high school, there was a big issue about drug dealers putting roach spray in people's weed. And like for the longest while, they were like, be careful who you buy from. So people down here in Florida love lacing stuff with roach spray. I don't know what it's about or whatever. But yeah, this felt very familiar to me. It felt very familiar.
So you can't defend this.
I can't even defend it because we did it.
The smell of roach spray is so distinct. It's really strong. Like, well, I guess they were both drunk. They was probably real drunk.
They probably were high too, Claudia, off of, because like Al said, if she told him he did it and he's still drinking, that's more than damn drunk.
Order people. Okay.
Give me 6 foot said, did he look like a roach?
Right.
All right. In snake trafficking news, more than 200 venomous snakes were recently caught on the black market in Florida by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission. The deadly vipers, cobras, and other deadly species were being sold for thousands of dollars on the black market. Funky. Yo, people, what you got to say? What's saying?
I can't take it because down here in Florida, we punani peddling, we panhandling, we peddling snakes. I just can't keep up. You know, I'm going to say this. I need these people who they caught, I need them to get a whole lot of time. And here is why. We have a Burmese python problem down here from people who were having snakes as pets. They got too large. They released them. There are no natural predators for a lot of these exotic snakes in Florida, and they are completely killing our wildlife habitats down here. They've just completely torn up the Everglades. As a matter of fact, every yearly down here in Miami, in South Florida, they have this contest where hunters can come and just hunt the shit out of snakes for like a week, and they get a prize. They just recently caught one Burmese python that laid 100 and something eggs, and that they were so happy that they caught this snake and was able to basically kill the clutch before she had them. So that just gives you, if one snake is able to lay 100 eggs, let's just say half of them are female, and that they keep doing the same thing, exponentially, we can't even kill off the population that quickly. Not to mention, y'all around here peddling venomous snakes. This ain't even cool, because if this shit gets out of control down here in South Florida, now you're talking about people getting ate up by alligators, people getting ate up by bed bugs, people getting bit by venomous snakes, people getting child trafficking. We don't need, send that shit to Rhode Island. Rhode Island like that.
Rhode Island alone.
Rhode Island look like that. Matter of fact, horse pasture Virginia got a good climate.
You know what? Don't you do it. Don't send
damn snakes to horse pasture.
All right, coming up next, an NFL player filed a temporary restraining order, and later Britney Spears breaks silence since the public split announcement. We'll be right back. Welcome back to TGIF. I love that feeling of waking up in the morning and feeling completely refreshed and ready to take on the day. But if you're a hot sleeper, it might not always be like that. So if you're more in the camp of waking up like a sticky, sweaty mess, then you're not alone. Now, if this sounds familiar, Ghost Bed is here for you. As the makers of the coolest beds in the world, Ghost Bed is your go-to for cooling mattresses, cooling pillows, and even cooling bedding. From their signature Ghost Ice fabric to patented technology that adjusts with your body temperature, every Ghost Bed mattress is designed with cooling in mind. Now, whether you want a plusher mattress that cushions your shoulders and hips, or a firmer option with exceptional support, your Ghost Bed will keep you cool and comfortable all night long. We love Ghost Bed here so much. We're excited to share an exclusive deal for our listeners. For a limited time, get 40% off all Ghost Bed mattresses, plus get 2 luxury pillows. Use promo code T at ghostbed.com/T to take advantage of the exclusive offer. That's www.ghostbed.com/T with promo code T. Fellas, please share your experience with Ghost Bed.
Listen, I was out of town this weekend. I was in Tampa. And I could not wait to get back home to my Ghost Bed pillow. You know how you just can't wait to get back to your bed? And I started saying all the reasons. Let me count the ways. And my Ghost Bed pillow was number one. I could not wait to get that good night's sleep on my young, supple, and slowly aging neck. Slowly aging. Slowly. So guys, I highly recommend Ghost Bed. You heard us talk about it so much on the show. The products really do work.
Al?
I mean, yes, you know, I take it up another level each time. I started out with the pillow. I integrated the bedding, and I now have integrated the topper. I'm just waiting to get my money right to get the mattress. But I do want to let everyone know that if you go online, Ghost Bed is having for Labor Day, they're having a Labor Day sale, 50% off of the bundles. So you can bundle pillows and bedding, you can bundle pillows and mattress. I'm telling you, Ghost Bed is where it's at. You really should check it out.
All right, promotional consideration furnished by Ghost Bed. Let's get back to some topics. NFL player Jamar Chase was granted a temporary restraining order against a woman who was accused of harassing him and his mother after a one-night stand that took place 2 years ago. The woman apparently harassed him mostly on social media by posting false statements about him being a deadbeat dad. What are your thoughts on the story, and have you ever dealt with a stalker? Q, let's go to you first.
So no, I've never dealt with a stalker. I've probably been the more mentally unstable one in interactions. So the person's probably been running from me. But you know what? This to me screams, hey, have y'all ever seen those text messages? It was between Chris Brown and a girl that he had a one-night stand with, and the girl was practically begging him. She was like, you know, why aren't you responding to me? I just knew you'd be the one I'd be with. You were the best I ever had. Oh, it's like, and I hate to stereotype and group women in a box, but I'm finna do it, right? Production, put her picture up one more time for me. The Instagram type, when they go buy the starter kit, which is the bundles, the BBL, the Waist Shaper, the Fashion Nova, the Socate Red Bottoms, the starter kit, the Bad Bitch starter kit, that's what they're looking for. They're looking to nab an athlete, nab a rapper, have a baby. So she thought she nabbed her athlete, and you wasn't just finna run up in her and leave. She said, you fuck with me, you stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? She had got an attitudinal problem when that man left. But fellas, it's time for us to get wiser when it comes to messing with these types, because they've shown us via Love and Hip Hop and every other channel on social media that it never pans out. Then like when you go get a good quality woman like Claudia Jordan, like you got to go get one like Claudia. You got to leave them Instagram type alone.
They don't want emotionally unstable. They want, but those guys do chase that though. And I'm always like shocked that they're shocked. You know what I mean? I'm shocked that they're shocked that it ain't going to go well. But then you got the girl that probably, you know, doesn't have as big of an ass, didn't get the whole BBL, the surgery and all that kind of stuff, that just wants to like be there for you. And that's boring to you. She's not a bad bitch to you. Al, what you think about this?
You know, I think she just made too many mistakes. Number one, she claimed that she was pregnant with his kid, but she wouldn't take the DNA test. And then I think number two, I think where she messed up with him was publishing his number of his mother and his number on all these social media platforms. And he got hundreds and hundreds of calls of people asking for money and demanding, you know, other things. The thing I do like about this, though, I will have to say, you don't see many men taking this step, especially professional athletes, taking this step of getting a restraining order. Just like, what was his name? Miles Bridges. Remember when he had that issue with his ex? That he went out and got a restraining order. So I'm very proud that he's taken this step, and that he's not ashamed to say that he had to take a step to get a restraining order from someone who's not only just ruining his life, but trying to ruin his career, because he says he's losing endorsements because some of the people with the endorsements are like, we don't want this type of drama, because she's saying not only are you domestically abusive, but you also are not claiming a child that's yours.
So I'm gonna give a quick advice to both parties, because they're neither side's innocent, right? Fellas with something to lose, stop giving the dick away to everybody and stop fucking these girls with no condom. Y'all are really out here really fucking anybody raw. Men with millions to lose, right? We hear this story over and over again. And then you're shocked when a girl that's struggling with roommates and, you know what I mean, financially, wants theirs to want to keep your baby. Why would she not? And ladies, if you really do want the relationship, you can't throw the pussy out there first and then expect the love to come later, if that's what you really want. So it's like everyone's just throwing shit on the table and hoping for the best. The fellas are hoping for no consequences and are just going to have this fun nut. And the girl's like, well, maybe this is going to be the one. No one's even like taking the time to get to know each other. Maybe that's corny and y'all can call me old. Yes, I'm all those things. But I'm also not in this situation, and I will never be, you know? And I just feel like when you have so much to lose, fellas, why make it so easy for these girls to victimize you? And ladies, if you really want that long-term thing, it's never going to work this way. Never. All right, y'all. Hot Commodity 77 says she is just out of her mind, thought she hit the lick. And Janice Marshall said he needs to burn a phone and a number or a rubber. Yes. Yes.
And did you see what Samara said? Samara said, you ain't going to open my heart and walk away. You ain't going nowhere. I know that's right, Samara.
And also one thing, fellas, you don't got to like tell someone they're the one, you love them. This is more than it really is. If it's not, because that's what really makes people go cray too. I'm going to say that too. All right, coming up next, Britney Spears breaks her silence and later find out why Barack Obama's older brother is trolling the shit out of him on social media. Keep it locked. Welcome back to more TGIF. All right, Britney Spears recently broke her silence regarding the split from her soon-to-be ex-husband, Sam Asghari. Britney posted a video of her dancing with the caption, "But I couldn't take the pain anymore. Honestly, I've been playing it strong for way too long, and my Instagram may seem perfect, but it's far from reality, and I think we all know that." What are your thoughts on Britney's post, Al? Let's go to you first.
Honestly, I couldn't pay attention, and I couldn't read it because I was distracted by all her dancing, that crazy dancing, that weird shaped body, her trying to do a half twerk and wiggling her booty cheeks. I don't know. I just don't know what to say. Where is her team? Who is her team? Where are they? Why do they let her do the things that she do? Like, do you think she actually writes her own posts? Because sometimes they just make way too much sense to me, but it doesn't match her actions. So I'm just like, what's going on with Britney, really? I mean, I need some help here. Q, you holding your head.
You look like you're busting at the seams, like her little baby draws, dying to hold on.
Britney and that little old coochie of hers, she more crazy than a damn bed bug. And I hate to laugh, right? Because this is someone's life that's falling apart. But y'all free Britney people, y'all are worse than Trump supporters because y'all refuse to believe that something is wrong with this young lady, and y'all just keep saying, leave her alone, leave her alone. Well, these are the types of things that are happening when we're leaving her alone. I told y'all as season 1 of this damn show that we've been on for 3 years that something was wrong with somebody over the age 40 swirling around in that damn living room about to knock over a vase or an urn with Aunt Teresa ashes in them. I told you, leave her alone. If you was locked up as long as she was, now the lady told us she was trying to twirl away the pain. Now, most people go to counseling and just leave their man or bust his windows to his car. She was in there trying to twirl away the pain. And y'all don't see nothing wrong with this. Like, I'm not saying she need to be in conservatorship, but I am saying somebody need to go around there and watch her. And I hope her money is more sold up than Wendy Williams' money was at Wells Fargo, because we don't need this bastard trying to get none of her coins.
Tyrone Smith said, watching the show tonight from a Carnival cruise ship. Shout out to you that you even got reception. So I'm happy.
Hey, Tyrone.
First of all, did we not catch the part where she said, I know y'all think my life is perfect from your Instagram? No, we do not. When I see those videos of her dancing around, twirling with a smudge eyeliner, not the non-matching top and bottom, the no hips, the baby panties, I feel bad for her. It actually creeps me out when I see those videos. It makes me feel like, remember the movie Silence of the Lambs? When the killer put the skin suit on, it was like dancing in the mirror, and it shows you how he's like tucked. It was a really creepy. That's what it's giving me when I see that. Like super creepy, super like, you're not okay doing that. She's not killing it either. She's like, it's like she's like stuck in like when she used to think she used to be great, but it's not.
It's only one A count. It's the same A count.
Right.
And if y'all go back and watch Silence of the Lambs from the serial killers in the mirror with the suit.
So what do we do? What do we do, Claudia? What would you do if you were Britney's family?
Well, the thing about it is they don't fucked over her. So there's nothing that they can do. There's nothing that they can do. There's nothing they can, you know, ordinarily your parents fuck over you, then you have a sister that comes to your aid. You know, I don't know if she has any childhood best friends.
Right.
I don't know if she has anybody close to her, maybe these dancers that she is close to, but this woman is not conducting herself like a 43-year-old adult. And I'm sorry, there is something wrong with somebody twirling around in the living room with a kindergartner's panties on. No panties is so small, it looked like she just got out of pull-ups. It literally looked like Britney just got out of pull-ups, the size of them damn panties. And the fact that she not scared to show that popsicle-shaped ass body on TV, mama, I don't know where her body,
maybe it's the angle of the camera,
her stomach. I don't know where any of those body parts start.
It's not the angle.
I was thinking maybe it's the angle of the camera.
No, it's always been like that. She's always been like
she's shaped like an omelet. She's literally she is shaped like an omelet. Okay. And I'm just like, hell, while we concerned about her physical, her mental, we need to be concerned about her physical. Why she this old and ain't got no shape? Is that some type of deformity? If she got that same thing Shamar got? He twisted and she too straight. I ain't never. How the hell you flat-footed in your stomach and you flat-footed in the back? I just ain't never seen it.
What was that flapjack move she pulled when she wiggled her booty? Oh my gosh.
Girl, and talk about somebody else physical messed up. Girl, go into this big teeth story.
I don't know. We're going to go from the frying pan into the fire. And now we got to go into this story about looks. And I already know this is not going to go well with this group.
Oh, God.
I'm going to try to keep my poker face together. Tiny and T.I.'s son, King Harris, recently complained about Sexy Red and the baby's prices for a feature on a song. Take a look.
Well, like the baby tried to charge me $100K for a feature one time. Like stuff like that, bro. I'm not. Cause if I put you and I support you, I wouldn't do that to them. I ain't never did that to no.
Sexy Red quoted him $50,000 for a verse, and the baby allegedly quoted $100,000. Do you think he was out of line for complaining about their rate? Who wants to go first on this one?
I'll go first. You want to go? I'll go first. I did let Q close us out. So you know what? He comes from T.I. and Tiny. They have two of the top rates in the business. So I don't understand why he doesn't understand why when he reach out to these stars that they have the rate that they've earned to charge. You know, I really don't get it. But you know what? He might want to revisit the baby one because I'm sure his rate has gone down. Or he can also go to J. Cole because J. Cole charges by the word, not by the verse. See, Kendrick Lamar charges by the verse, which is like between $250,000 to $450,000 a verse. J. Cole charges by the word, and he only charges $2,000 a word. So maybe, King, you could run on over there to J. Cole's house and see if you can, get a little cheaper deal.
You? Do you have any thoughts on?
Well, I have two options here. I can just drive this bus straight to hell, or I can be the mature 40-year-old that I made it to be.
Yeah.
I'm gonna opt on this Good Monday.
Drive that bus, boy. Drive that bus. I told you at 40, you don't hold nothing.
To be the good 40-year-old. So here's the thing. There's one thing I wanted to address, right? He said, I wouldn't do that to anybody. King, hear me good, son, because I don't want to shit on nobody's children. I wouldn't do that to anybody. You can't do it to anybody. And I'm not being shady about what I'm about to say. You can't do it to anybody because the product that you have to offer is not of that value. So you don't even have the option of doing that to somebody. And I just hate the fact that sometimes we can provide our children with so much and provide such a lavish lifestyle for them that and put them in arenas with people that they did not have to work to be in arenas with, that they begin to feel like they deserve all the things that come along with being in these spaces. And young man, you've got to understand that you are in these spaces not because you work to be there, but by proxy and by proximity because of your parents. Sexy Red being on a song with King Harris does absolutely nothing for her brown booty hole and her pink tuta. And the baby and King being together, it does nothing for him, but it does everything for you, King. It would just seem to me if you wanted an in-kind donation or somebody to volunteer their time, you would have asked your father for a hook, your father for a verse, and your mother for a hook.
Speaking of his father, and we have to, of course, touch upon this briefly because it was all over social media all over the weekend. KX said they was calling him Chief Keef, and T.I., his daddy, was dying laughing at him. There was an interview. So, T.I. had a good sense of humor about the jokes because, he apparently went to Colombia and got his veneers done. And they're really white and brand new, and he got them done. And everybody in the comments in the chat is really trying to tempt me and putting like mad teeth in.
Let me tell y'all something really quickly about these teeth, and I had to learn. Dr. Heavenly told me your teeth are supposed to be the color of the whites of your eyes, okay? And I think with Black people, the fake teeth have become what the big lips have become to white women. It's become a status symbol, right? So y'all go out and get these teeth, and y'all want people to know that you got your teeth done. So you get them super white and you get them super big, and you actually like that look. It's your mouth, have at it. But that's not a natural look. Nobody's teeth are supposed to be that white, and they're damn sure not supposed to be that big. And I'm sorry, what I can't do in this moment is allow Tiny and Zanique to talk to us like we crazy, because I get it, that's Tiny's child, and she came to his defense on social media about his teeth. But y'all not gonna make us seem like we stupid, that them damn teeth is not too big for his.
Well, she said, T.I. said in the interview that he had over the weekend that he was being supportive of his son and his teeth. And the mama came in, and when she saw him, and she was like, "Well, damn, you got some big teeth."
But then they clapping back.
Tiny was the one that was like, "Damn."
They clapping back at the haters, and I mean not the haters, but they clapping back at the people who had something negative to say. And I understand it. That's your baby.
That's their kid.
I get it. I 100% get it. But we not gonna act like them teeth ain't fucked up, because they are.
Aww.
You won't want them.
I don't think I can fit him.
He can't either.
And I don't think, but his dad did say the good thing is he felt like that what's his name would grow into his teeth, because he's still got a lot of growing to do. So there we have it.
All right. We got through that one pretty good, you guys. We are growing up here.
We are. Q done past 40 now. He like being responsible. Damn.
We took the high classy road. Charlize Theron is clapping back at trolls that started rumors about her getting a facelift. Charlize told Allure magazine, but people think I had a facelift. They're like, what did she do to her face? I'm like, bitch, I'm just aging. It doesn't mean I got bad plastic surgery. This is just what happens. Have you guys ever dealt with rumors surrounding plastic surgery? Let's go to you first, Q.
Absolutely not, because everything I've ever done to my face, I've documented and shared with y'all, number one. And number two, she's another one that's not going to play in our face. Something was done. Something, you look different. Like y'all got to understand, when y'all go get these procedures, y'all got to make sure that they look natural enough for y'all to pass that shit off. Like Charlize on that, something looked a little different. And if you're not going to explain to us that you had COVID for 19 months and the shot made you look different, or you had a bad run-in with shingles, or you going through a divorce and you're going to have to provide us with some type of feasible explanation why picture A looks different than picture B. And if not, we're going to go with the old Hollywood wives' tale of plastic surgery. It's not that freaking hard.
It looks like she had some filler in her cheeks. That's what.
So then say that. Then say, I didn't have plastic surgery, guys. I had some filler, and that's why you guys notice that I'm looking a little, different here. I mean, say what it is. And while you don't owe anybody an explanation, you can't treat us like we're stupid. Like,
or if you don't want to admit it, maybe a no comment. Maybe a no comment.
Well, she does work in two of the hardest industries for aging, for weight, for race. That's Hollywood and that's modeling. But look, let me tell you something. She doesn't have the option to age like Claudia. Claudia and her are the same age. Well, actually, Claudia's a little bit older, but looks much better. These women who don't have melanin in their skin, they really do age hard, and she is an example of that. So I mean, I get it. I get it. She is fighting age, and she's trying to lift that face back up. And like Claudia said, she's probably doing it with a filler and some Botox and some type of threading of some sorts. But I think you guys are right. If she's just more open and honest about it, of what she did have, then we wouldn't be questioning whether she had plastic surgery or not.
I guess the more that I think about it, though, it's got to be tough, though, right? Because, like, I didn't want to admit when I had Botox or I had a little fill in my cheek, then the shit went bad, had to get it taken out. And it was like, people want to come for you, even now they're saying stuff. And it's like, you like get defensive because, first of all, you're trying to deal with the fact that you are aging, especially someone like her. She's been pretty her whole life, right? So I get the psychological thing. That's why I think it's better to just say no comment or just say that and just probably try to stay away from the conversation. Because like you said, she doesn't owe us to say, yeah, I did. She doesn't owe us, but I think it's more like, I don't know, maybe just avoid it. It's like someone that's a big host saying, oh, I'm a virgin. You're like, okay, just say no comment.
The best thing to do is get it subtle. Start slow.
Yeah.
And that way people wouldn't be able to tell you. Y'all would never know I had anything done in my face if I didn't tell you.
That's right.
Because I didn't go change my look.
NYC TB for me said, I don't think people said, okay, I can't read that. Okay. All right, yeah. All right, coming up next, Barack Obama's older brother is trolling on social media. Find out what he said about our favorite president, well, mine, when we return. We'll be right back. Welcome back to TGIF. Listen, we don't condone bullying on FOXSOUL. Barack Obama's older brother, Malik Obama, recently called our former president a snake and a homophobic slur on social media. Now, Malik posted a throwback photo of Barack and wrote, "Me and fake-ass snake president Barack Obama when he was a nobody." The brother also replied to a troll who asked if Obama was gay. He responded, "A bleep, F word." What are your thoughts on this bitterness? And do you think he's jealous of his brother's success, Al?
I'm really not sure what to think about this. We know that he was Obama's best man in his wedding, so we know that their relationship hasn't been strained that long. They only met for the first time in 1985 because remember his dad, Obama's dad, which is this brother's dad, abandoned Obama when he was 2 years old. This brother does say that things kind of went sideways in 2014 when he asked Obama to help with a favorite aunt and money situation, and he didn't give as much as he thought that Obama should have given. So I'm going to lay my hat. Oh, and plus the fact he's promoting his book, The Big Bad Brother. I'm going to lay my hat on those two things as being the reasons why he's being very rude towards, like Claudia said, one of my favorite presidents of the United States.
Mm-hmm. Q, what do you think about this?
I cannot get down with shit like this at all. All that I'm on the periphery of somebody, so I'm going to write a tell-all book. Oh, you did. I want to leech some fame off of you like this. I can't even think of a word to describe this type of behavior. First off, I didn't even know he had a brother. That's probably part of the problem there, that nobody even knew he had a damn brother. Now that you're telling me that he's doing this book, that's just some snake ass, nasty ass behavior. That is some, like, you're completely setting this relationship on fire. We can never come back from this. There will never be any coming back from something like this. And I just don't like it. I don't think it's called for.
You know, it's really sad when you have someone around you that, like, before you made it or he hit your goals, there was love, y'all was cool, everything was all good. And then when you made it, sometimes people expect for you to bring them with you, or you owe them now because you have made it. I had a friend like this, right? That when I got on Housewives, she thought I was supposed to relocate her to Atlanta and move her in. And when I didn't do something that we never agreed on, I was all kinds of bitches and hoes, and stories was leaked to blogs. And it was a big part of me and my reputation. And it really was hurtful. And I was like, damn, all those years, like, we was rocking because you couldn't benefit off of my hard work. And this is what this brother is doing. Because he was cool until you asked him for some money, and he gave money, but it wasn't the amount that you thought he should have given. And now he's the F word. Even if he was gay, that is something that you should not be outing your brother about, A. And B, it looks so disgusting. And now you're writing this book. You a whole ass nigga for that. You really, really are. Like, deal with your brother. He has enough people come up his neck to this day. the president with the most death threats ever. And you just add on top of that, you making these racists so happy. Keep that shit in house. It's such trash, you know?
Can you believe that Obama used to get 40 death threats a day?
Yeah.
40 death threats a day.
Before we got in this Trump MAGA space, I would have said no. But now that I really see what's lurking out there in America, yeah, I can believe it now.
I just, and using this like gay thing against him, because there's been rumors and stuff like that, is just.
What rumors?
Is what?
What rumors? First, Michelle was a man,
Right.
and now he's child, get off my line. This just really hurts me though, because outside of it being your brother, just think about what you're doing to Black Americans. Like adding this to the legacy, like damn, can we just leave their legacy clean? Can we have one thing that's just clean and unvarnished?
Yeah,
I do like Adventure V's comment. He said, does he not realize how beloved his brother is? This isn't making us want to buy his book at all. I hope his sales aren't good.
Yeah, we definitely not going to promote it here. I want to thank Al Reynolds and Funky Dineva for having a great show as usual. And once again, happy birthday, Funky.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for watching us on YouTube. Stay tuned for Inside the Black Box. And you can send some money to his Black Box because his Cash App is all over his Instagram. You want to go ahead and fill that box up with some financial love. See y'all next time.
Have a good night.
Bye, soulmates.